Welcome to the elimination final of the 2025 Gilley Shield between Queensland and Victoria. We'll run you down the Victorian hitting lineup. Leading off is right field Lizzie Avery. Batting second is third base Rebecca Schaefer. Sarah Willis in left field and Kat Lamel as the DP will be the first four. As we have Queensland begin defence in the top of the first. Catherine Sandercock on the mound. Pitch on the inside half to start off with a ball. So as we said, Catherine Sandercock on the mound. Behind the plate is Brooke Stewart. Over at first base, Indy Munro. Second base, Tamika Whitefield. Then called on the knees for strike one to level the count even. Continuing round on the defense, playing shortstop is Suzu Tamura. Playing left field, Hirari Kurihara. Centre field is Jade Wall and right field, Nicole Conacher. Lizzie Avery shoots one up the middle, but Suzu Tarama, clean hands, fires the ball over to one. And that'll be the first out for Queensland in defence. Running through the rest of the Victorian lineup, hitting 5, Georgina Corrick, 6, Sarah Beals, 7, Casey Smith, 8, Hannah Scott, and 9, Kari Pritchard, with Amelia Mercury, the flex, playing centre field. So Beck Schaefer steps into the batter's box. Called strike on the drop ball on the outside half of the plate. Goes up at that pitch, but just underneath. Makes the count, no balls, 2 strikes. So Sandercock ahead in the count. Check swing by Beck Schaefer, pitch just down. Popped up, straight back to the pitcher. Sandercock does her own work. Makes a simple catch, and that's the second out of the inning, which will bring to the plate number 66 and playing left field, Sarah Willis. Also joining me in the commentary box, Cody Smith. Cody, welcome back.
Thanks, Shane. Good to be back. Roped you into doing another one?
Yeah.
Oh, don't sound so happy about it.
So Sarah Willis has had a strong week with the stick. Good power athlete. Shapes to bunt first up. And a swing and a miss from Sarah Willis, and so that'll be the end of the top of the first. Queensland working through the lineup in order. Lizzie Avery, a ground ball, and 2 strikeouts.
You see here on the replay, Sandercock, nice pitch on the outer half. Gets a chase out of Willis. 3 up, 3 down in the top of the first. Titans will bounce out into the field. Queensland will get their first chance to hit here. The defensive lineup for Victoria. Going around the diamond, Georgina Corrick on the mound, pitching to Sarah Beals. Casey Smith at first base. Kari Pritchard at second. Beck Schaefer at third. And Hannah Scott at short. In the outfield, left to right, Sarah Willis, Millie Mercury, the flex, and Liz Avery. The DP for today's game, Kat Lamel. Bench for Victoria, Nikki Benbow, Brodie Hendy, Caitlin Laird, Rachel Miller, Isabel Saharis, and also Nicole Martin. Head coach Mark Rigg, assisted by Corey Dimitrovic, Alicia Bell, and Ros Hendy. 6 on the bench for Victoria. Corrick and Sarah Beals working together for most of the week, keeping a pretty consistent battery combination between the two. The hitting lineup for Queensland: Nicole Conacher, Dorinda Stone, and Tamika Whitefield, the top 3. Jade Wall hitting 4, Erin West, the DP, at 5. Brooke Stewart hitting 6, Hirari Kurihara at the 7, Indy Munro at 8, and rounding out the hitting lineup, Suzu Tamura, the shortstop, batting 9.
We've got ourselves an all-star blue crew as well. Behind the plate is Jess Morley. Over at first base, that's Chrissy Travers. Over at 2, James English. And down at 3, Joel Grimes.
You say over at 2, James English, or at the pitching plate? He's a pitching umpire today.
He's over at the pitching plate to start with, having a little bit of a chat with Georgina Corrick. Wonder whether he's telling her about, we can change the balls if they get wet. She's got a towel.
It looks like it might be around the use of the towel, but also around the use of the grip towel. Maybe making sure that she applies hand to the grip towel rather than the ball, not making sure she gets them mixed up. I know that's something that the umpires often talk about, not applying the tack directly to the ball. But regardless, Nicole Conacher comes up, the right fielder, leading off today for Queensland. Call of a legal pitch on the first. On the pause, Corrick saying, "My bad."
Yeah. It's interesting because, there's some pitching rules that are quite different when in the college system, but then also professional softball. So, and then, how stringent potentially some international US umpires are versus some of the Australian umpires, which, as we do know, we have Australian umpires that travel all over the world in some of the best games, including Olympics. So if anybody's going to be onto some rules, it's going to be some Australian umpires, that's for sure.
Corrick behind 3-0 on the first hitter. We mentioned in previous streams regarding the illegal pitch and the need for the 3-second or 2-second pause. You'd much rather called earlier in the game to set the tone so you can make that adjustment, rather than in the later innings when it gets, more pressure situations and then a change is made. So you want the tone set early. That way Corrick can make the adjustment.
A 4-pitch walk for Nicole Conacher. So Queensland will get a run on first straight away. Stepping into the box now, Dorinda Stone.
Stone shaping bunt. Gets it down third base side. Beck Schaefer over to first. Runner moving up to second. No throw there. Hard enough that Beck Schaefer might have been able to get the out at 2, but elects to go to 1 for the first out.
So Queensland push a runner across in a scoring position for Tamika Whitefield in the batter's box. Corrick starts her off with something around about thigh height. Tamika fouls it off over into the first base foul fencing.
Another surprise bunt. Seen a few tonight from multiple teams. Casey Smith getting the bat there for Whitefield.
Tamika Whitefield, as we know, the better of the two siblings between her and Aaron. Remember the WBSC put up a good post where they both had all-star defensive highlights wearing the green and gold. Tamika's play was better. Aaron's was pretty much a routine fly ball. So a good pitch by Georgina Corrick retires Tamika Whitefield. That'll bring to the plate centre field, Jade Wall.
Not often you see a 3-pitch strike out of Whitefield, but Corrick looks to have that up ball working early. That pitch sent up between centre field and shortstop. It's going to drop in. Millie Mercury fielding the ball. Conacher crossing the plate. So an RBI single for Wall. Queensland with an early run, 1-0.
Tricky one, because if you were drawing up an RBI single out of Jade Wall, it's probably something hit really hard. But that one in the air for a while, but just falls in between Hannah Scott and Millie Mercury. So Queensland strike first. 1-0. Stepping into the box, the DP, West.
That pitch sent foul behind first base. Corrick doing well to work ahead of the last two hitters. That pitch sent foul. Third base side, Sarah Beals catching knee down. Something you start to see a little bit more of over the last few years is that knee down catching from the veterans. Ball being a little bit wet.
I think you also see there's that really famous video of Aubrey Munro throwing down to second base, and that sort of like travel that the girls will do from their legs. Some people still even feel comfortable able to do that even when they have the knee anchored down. Sarah Beals got a decent throwing arm, so she probably still feels comfortable to throw it across, even if she is one knee down.
Some able to throw off both knees as well.
Inside on that pitch from Georgina Corrick.
Two pitch coming down to West. Taps that one over to the shortstop. Hannah Scott over to first base for the third out. So a good start for Queensland. One run on one hit. And after one complete, Queensland lead 1-0.
I also don't think Georgina Corrick would be too fussed about that inning, really. A 4-pitch walk at the very start to get that runner on, where she's still sort of finding rhythm. And then, like we said, Jade Wall's hit. It's probably not what you would have drawn up for a RBI single out of Jade Wall. And a couple of good sequences to some good hitters in there too, so... But it does set the standard already that it's not going to be a low-scoring game. We get a run early in the first.
Scheduled to hit first will be the 4-spot Kat Lamel, who's hit him quite well this week so far. In the DP spot today is Lamel. Plenty of supporters out tonight for this late game. Nearing 10:30 here at local time. Lots of support on that centre field fence from some of the members of our junior program. Some members of our senior program, past and present, along the pavilion. I've seen many Australian representatives from both sides of the program, men's and women's, which is good to see a lot mingle around. Those from previous eras and generations linking in with those from the current.
A few of the girls in my under-18s team are going to have to be up early for training tomorrow, so no excuses about not wanting to do fitness tomorrow.
It just made me realise about training tomorrow, Shane. I didn't want to think that far ahead. Scheduled to be out at Hume. That's almost a 2-hour drive for me. Late change to Waverley, so we'll be back here in the morning.
We love that. We love the late shift to somewhere in the southeast.
Yes, thank you so much. That pitch sent foul, first base side. Going to get over the fence.
Right over at cameraman Ryan.
Didn't make the catch. Had his mitts on the camera, Ryan did. Priorities from our cameraman.
Director over here wants Ryan to stick the hand out and take a catch.
We have to let him know he's got full disclosure. He can take his hands off.
Hang on to the $10,000 camera though, Ryan.
Dedication for the shot.
For a little reel on YouTube that'll probably have 3,000 views. Or a $10,000 camera. Catlamel lays off pitch upstairs
You can't put a price on a moment, Shane.
on virality. Sandercock with a lot of motion before getting the sign on her pitch. Kind of different to what we saw out of the last game. Lexi Kilfoyle really still and steady before firing down her pitch. But a good way to expend some nervous energy and stay nice and flowy. So 2-2 spot here for Catlamel. Goes after the lifter upstairs. That'll be the first out in the top of the second here. Now stepping into the box, the opposing pitcher, number 22, Georgina Corrick.
Two-way Corrick able to hit for power as well as be the power pitcher that she is. So definitely a threat on both sides of the ball. Fouling that one back.
Pitcher who swings the bat hard, first pick in your fantasy draft.
Absolutely.
Number 1 selection. Shohei Ohtani style things.
If you luck into the lottery getting the 1-1 pick in the fantasy draft, then absolutely. Usually he's off the board before I pick. Pitch up in the zone. Taken for ball 1. Count 1-1.
Play any fantasy baseball leagues?
I don't have enough mates that want to get into it.
It's such a long season as
It
well.
is. I don't mind that though. I like watching a long baseball season.
I feel like 10 game blocks, 16 blocks to make trades. That should almost how it is.
Yeah, I get that.
Hack hard from Georgina Corrick.
I reckon I've only got a core group of maybe 5 or 6 guys that I talk to about baseball. Not many watch.
Yeah. Small sport over here.
Nice rise ball there. Corrick swings through. Sandercock thought maybe 3 out, but only 2. That's her 3rd strikeout of the game.
It looks a little bit like one of those where you take a step up the ladder each time. Something on the waist, something around the chest, and then that one was probably cutting the underarms in half. So if they swing at every step on the ladder, you just keep taking them one step up, don't you?
That's it. I mean, I don't.
With your rise ball.
Man, my rise bullet sits right at the belt. Lucky to have Joel Goodall on last night. He talked a little bit of pitching. Good to give us the insight from that side of the ball as to the sequencing and the thought that goes into approaching the hitters.
Also something a little bit different. Throws a 2-seam rise ball instead of a 4-seam rise ball.
Jolly. Bit of a different look coming at you. Sarah Beals 0-1. Fouling the first one back.
Good hack from Sarah Beals. She has been the power threat in this Victorian lineup all week. A couple of big shots, including one off Megan Faramo. One last night in the game against Queensland. A couple other shots that have been wrapped around the corner at third base or off the wall. And Sandercock's rise ball on fire.
3 up, 3 down there for Sandercock, all via the strikeout. All 3 via the rise ball to put them away. After the top of the second, score remains 1-0 Queensland.
Stepping in the box. New South Wales for the catch. Oh, New South Wales still stuck in last game. Stepping in the box for Queensland, the catcher, Brooke Stewart.
Brooke hitting in the 6th spot today. Swings through a change-up down in the zone. Nice from Corrick. She does well to overlay that with her drop ball. They tunnel quite well. For those who don't know the term tunnelling, it's how the pitch comes out of the hand, travels down towards the catcher before movement.
I think both pitchers actually do it really well. Sandercock with a rise ball and a fast ball. And Georgina Corrick, drop ball and change-up. One ball, 2 strikes here for Brooke Stewart. Good gas from Corrick. Records another strikeout in the book, which will bring to the plate left fielder Hirari Kurihara.
A lot of speed. Multiple tools has Kurihara. The running slap, the running bunt, the surprise bunt, and obviously she stands up and hits as well. Always keeping the infield defence on their toes. Corner's not sure whether to play down or sit back. It looks like Beck Schaefer sitting at a pretty neutral third base position. The pivot's in a couple of steps. Playing a little bit more shallow. The surprise bunt goes down. Perfect. Corrick fields. Throws not in time. In by a step is Kurihara. A great, well-placed bunt down the third base side for a base hit.
Just like you said, Cody, because of the versatility of Hirari Kurihara, you can't play crazy in. Tell you what, Georgina Corrick hasn't made a bad play here. Almost no step throw over to 1. And probably a step safe, but not a bad play from the big pitcher to get in and make the play.
She did really well to get down there. Definitely beat Schaefer from third base and made a strong throw. It's hard with the speedy lefty getting out of the box a step quicker. Maybe if that's a righty on that surprise bunt, she gets her.
Mm-hmm.
Shapes
India
bunt.
Munro puts the bunt
Push
down.
Bunt.
In the gap.
It's a great place push bunt. Right between the moving pivots. Casey Smith breaking in at first base and Kari Pritchard, the second baseman, fading over towards first base. As you see here on the replay, Kari moving early as she sees bunt. Push bunt catching out the second baseman a little bit there. Played majority first base this week, so something she hasn't seen.
It is one of those decisions you make as a coach. Do we have a offensive-oriented lineup or do we stick with our defense? Suzu Tamura in the batter's box now. So Queensland got a real good spot. Queensland in a real good spot to really press the envelope early, move a couple of runners into scoring position. Change up from Georgina Corrick, just high, maybe a little on the in too. Tamura's going to make Corrick throw to her zone, not going to chase anything. Called strike on the pitch down.
Another surprise bunt. Triples up on it. Sarah Beals-Fields throws over. Nice work from Beals to jump up pretty quickly and fire it over there. The sacrifice works, however, moving to second and third. Tamura doing well to advance the run. As you can see here, that bunt goes down. Beals getting up nice and quickly, taking control. The better throwing angle from behind the plate. Nice, strong throw down there to Pritchard.
You can see Sarah trying to eliminate as many steps as possible. Try and replant both feet at the one time to make sure she could get the throw off. But it does move 2 runners in a scoring position for Queensland. Back to the top of the lineup, number 22, Nicole Conacher.
See Conacher shaping around for the bunt there to keep the infield sort of off balance. Try and get the corners to break in before pulling back for the slap. 2 away here in the inning. Conacher looking to cash in those 2 runs from second and third. That ball in the dirt.
Coming back, Sarah Beale's going to make a flip.
That ball ricocheting off the fence a little bit. Kurihara scoring on the play. So the score moving 2-0. You can see it just kick off the the right-hand batter's box in there where the righties dig it out. So ricocheting off that there, and then a bad bounce off the fence means no throw.
So the lead pushes out to 2-0. Count of 1-1 here to Conacher. Pushes towards that one. Foul over the third base dugout.
Some great camera work here from our crew at Spacequake. Run a fantastic operation. A lot of work behind the scenes. Long days to the boys. They do a magnificent job.
Including Murray up in the Sky Tower, protecting himself with a helmet on, and Corrie gets the third out.
Conacher goes down on strikes. Again, another successful inning for Queensland. 1 per inning so far. The score, 2-0.
So Victoria will look to the middle of their order, stepping in to start it off. Number 95, Casey Smith.
Mentioned in previous games, Smith wearing the 518 fastball batting gloves. One of our newer brands down here in Victoria. All sorts of apparel, equipment and accessories.
Good locator at the bottom of the zone from Catherine Sandercock. Smith turns around and just checks with home plate umpire Jess Morley. Is that it? Is that the bottom? Little nod of the head, and off we go. So looking at a 1-1 pitch here from Casey Smith. On time, just probably going after the wrong one. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. The Vic girls would love to get a leadoff hitter on nice and early in this game. Close pitch, but a good eye by Smith. Count level 2-2. Swing over the top of the drop ball. So I reckon we've seen about the full assortment of pitches from Sandercock. We made a couple of mentions of the good lifter earlier. Couple of change-ups and now a few dippers to get the strikeout too. Stepping in the batter's box for Victoria is the shortstop, Hannah Scott. How's that? We had a shortstop named Scott in the last game. We've got a shortstop named Scott in this game.
Shapes bunt. A little bit late.
That one doesn't tickle. Right off the catcher's foot. Queensland staff out to check. Brooke Stewart's got a smile on her face. That's not going to derail her game. Going to shake it off. Go for a little bit of a walk. I want to know what the joke was.
Yeah, me too.
Queensland dugout having a good old laugh, yeah. Queensland defence has shifted now. Both corners playing in a little bit more than normal. Hack from Hannah Scott.
Not far off that. She's on plane. Good timing. Count 0-2. Scott hitting 8 in the lineup tonight. Fouling that one off. Hitting 2 for most of the front half of the week. Sliding down in the last 2 games. Try and give the bottom of the lineup a little bit of a boost. Maybe take a bit of pressure off as well.
Yeah. I think we see Hannah Scott as Victorians. We go, capable player, but sometimes I think we forget that she's still only 19 as well and can be a tough week. Hacks that. Fouls it off. Battling hard here, Hannah. Sandercock takes a sign from Stewart. Again, she keeps throwing. Scott keeps fouling.
5 pitches in this at-bat. All strikes so far. Scott doing well to stick around, fight those pitches off, defend her plate. Good eyes there. Moving 1 and 2.
It's also done a pretty good job of, on the outside half, letting the ball get deep and, fouling it over the top of the away team dugout. Good check from Hannah Scott. Starts moving, but just hangs the bat on the shoulder.
Evens the count, 2 and 2. 8th pitch of the at-bat to come. So a great battle here from Scott. Putting up a fight here against Sandercock.
Sometimes even just a long at-bat can be the thing that gets your team started.
Seeing plenty of pitches.
Most others have had relatively quick turns. Somebody starts it off with a long AB.
Sends that one down the third base side. Just behind and it will tuck in front of the left fielder. So a nice little single. As you said, Shane, just needs something to get you started. There it was on the 8th pitch of the at-bat. A single out to left field.
And it was good going to a change-up, but there's been a lot of stuff on pace, but Hannah's hands just able to hang around long enough to just poke it around the corner. So Victoria get a base runner. Takes us to the 9-spot hitter, Kari Pritchard.
That'll be their first hit and first base runner of the game. Pritchard hitting 9th today, as you mentioned. The second baseman in this one. 1 away. Shaping bunt. Gets it down. Third base side. No worries for Stone as Scott moves over to second base. So a successful sacrifice. Turn the lineup over to Liz Avery.
Lizzie Avery's had a good week combining both hitting for contact and hitting for power. So as much as it might be a sack bunt to move the runner over to 2 with 2 outs, Hannah Scott's quick. Lizzie Avery can hit the ball hard. Might be a little bit of a gamble, but hit comes off and Vic might squeeze a run in out of the bottom of the lineup.
Hannah Scott with wheels on second base. That ball fouled into her own foot. Avery hitting fourth in the Victorian lineup for the first half of the week. As we get to the back half, moving up into the leadoff spot with her high on base percentage. Change up. Inside and down. 1-1.
Playing for Monash in the Waverley Open 1 competition. Really good to get an import out who plays for the whole season as well.
Yeah.
Made a big difference to the comp.
Lots of benefits for the local comp and the girls around her. That pitch sent out to right field. Right fielder's got a beat on it. Takes a nice catch. That'll be the third out of the inning. So a little bit of traffic for the Victorians. Queenslanders do well to keep it at bay. Score remains 2-0 Queensland.
First pitch change-up out of Georgina Corrick. Had the Queensland hitter Dorinda Stone on the front foot early, but too high.
Stone 0 for 0. Sack bunt first time up. Doesn't go on the average. Swings through that one. Corrick in for her third inning of work. So far, 3 hits, 3 Ks, 1 walk, 2 runs. Sends that one foul. The luxury of a great aerial shot means we can see the setup of the infielders.
The defensive alignment.
That's it. Pretty neutral on Stone. Change up, down. Beale sends it over to first base. Crosses over the runner a little bit there, but Smith takes and touches the base for the first out of the inning.
2 change-ups in that at-bat. Called by Sarah Beals and thrown by Georgina Corrick. Whole variety of pitches, both these two. So, tell you what, could be a tough one tonight for manufacture more than a couple of runs.
Next up, Tamika Whitefield. Striking out last time, swinging on 3 pitches. Takes strike 1 there.
Probably the edge of the zone there. Tamika Whitefield turn around and asking the question a little bit. Good rise ball from Georgina Corrick, and Tamika Whitefield can't hold off on it. Not the only one who loves a rise ball, right? I think there's a few of us.
Did you see that shot of Sarah Willis?
Yeah,
Snuck in there for
boogie
2
out of
minutes,
left field.
2 seconds there. A little snippet. I like that.
She's full of energy. Always doing something, even if it's the big ka-chow. And somebody's throwing a pitch. Tamika drawing back the count a little bit more in her favour. Still got a bit of work to do. Another good rise ball by Georgina Corrick. Gets the Queensland 3-hitter swinging. It'll now bring it back to the RBI single the first time around. Centre fielder Jade Wall.
Jade Wall with the RBI single last time up. Little blooper behind shortstop, just landing in front of centre fielder Mercury. First pitch for out back. Nice rise ball. Corrick with 5 Ks so far through her 2 2/3 innings. Wall, one of the veterans of the Queensland team, hitting in the 4 spot today. Sends that one out towards second base. Curry Pritchard under it for the 3rd out of the inning. So good inning there for the Victorians. Efficient. Only 10 pitches on Corrick. Picks up a pair of strikeouts. Keeps the game at base after 3 complete. The score, 2-0 Queensland. Heading to the top of the 4th. Will be the 2-spot hitter Beck Schaefer. You see, I don't know if you could pick it up there on the mics.
FX mic?
Yeah. Sarah Willis walking to the on-deck circle, having a whistle. Not a care in the world. And you can still hear her, actually.
Yeah, I think so. Tell you what, I wish I was that calm playing in an elimination final, that I could just be whistling along to a song in the on-deck circle.
Just shows how many times she's been in pressure moments in her
That's very
career
true.
so far. Maybe a way that she tends to calm herself down, persevere through. Beck shapes for a surprise bunt. Quickly 0-2. Oh and 2 on Schaefer. Sandercock doing well to get ahead. Schaefer swinging through that one. 6 strikeouts for Sandercock as she enters the 4th inning. 1 hit, no walks, no runs. Very efficient so far here. All her innings around the 10 to 12 pitch per inning mark.
Just would be that Hannah Scott at bat that you mentioned. Probably the only one that made it any longer. Stepping in the batter's box now, as we said before, Sarah Willis goes first pitch swinging, hits it up the middle. Tamika Whitefield, plenty of time for that. Makes a steady play over to 1. Queensland record the 2nd out of this top of the 4th. It'll now bring it back to Victoria's DP, number 23, Kat Lamel.
Cut with a strikeout to start the 2nd inning. 0 for 1 so far.
Tamika had plenty of time, as we saw in the replay on that play, able to just pop a knee down, get the body behind it, know that I can make the feed over to 1. Called strike to Kat Lamel to begin the at-bat.
2 away here in the top of the 4th. Only 6 pitches in. Nice change up. Pulled the string on it. Quickly 0-2. Again, we talk about that tunnelling. There it is again. Looks like it's going to be a drop ball at the hand. Kat Lamel swinging through early. That pitch dropping off the table. Low in the dirt. 0-2 pitch. Rise ball up. Cat gets a bit of bet on it. Fighting it off. 0-2.
Hard hit foul ball, and some of the spectators around the grounds got to make sure they're keeping their eyes on, because you could have one coming at you in no time. Catlamel sets. No balls, 2 strikes. Kat Sandercock takes her sign. Drop ball, gets the job done. So another K2 for Sandercock. Her and Brooke Stewart are putting together a good partnership.
It's her 7th of the game. She's cruising so far through 4 complete. Score remaining 2-0.
Stepping in the batter's box for Queensland, DP, Erin West.
Corrick to begin her 4th inning.
First pitch offer out of Erin West. Coming over near us? No, we're safe.
Oh, I could have got up and got it. Nah, that's too far.
You run away and the headphones
I'd
would
lose
still
the
be on the
headset,
head,
yeah.
and you get the old
Cartoon.
the old cartoon yank back.
Corrick so far through her 3 innings. 3 hits, 1 walk, 5 Ks, 2 runs. Quite efficient so far. One of those runs coming in on that bloop. The other coming in on a pass ball.
That Queensland bottom of the order with a bunch of small ball to move some runners across. So when you play Queensland, you can get one form where they just smoke the ball, hit it off the wall all the time, and you get another form where play technically correct, good small ball, run the bases well.
3 back-to-back bunts to eventually score a run.
Mm-hmm. It's almost one of those ones where you, as a corner, you go, I'm just going to take the risk that somebody might hit one past me and play in an extra 2 steps and go, this is where more of the hits are coming than, shots past me.
The indecisiveness of the infield is always a hard factor to play into with the bunt. Strikeout there of West. A good pitch from Corrick. It's her 6th of the game. Brings up Stewart. Stewart, the catcher in this game. Working well with Sandercock behind the plate. Helping her cruise through.
And just actually maybe seen that Beck Schaefer playing in a touch more than normal. Not quite halfway, but pretty far down the line.
I mean, as a corner with 1 away, 2 bunts down, you think surely not a third.
Yeah.
And so when they come round again, you go, oh. Especially when they had 1st and 2nd, you think they might hit away.
Yeah.
Does create the indecision in the corners' minds.
Top of the zone there. Queensland bench not overly happy with that one. Brooke Stewart maintains steady composure. Probably feels like needs to swing at that, but checks the swing and holds up. And as we point down to Chrissy Travers at 1, we ask, did she hold up? Chrissy Travers says, no, that's a strike.
Another strikeout there for Corrick.
Stepping in the box, Hira Kurihara.
Last time up, a surprise bunt. Perfectly placed just in front of the plate. Did really well to get on. No play. Corrick getting out of the circle quickly down the third base side, making a throw, but Kurihara in by a step.
I also don't mind that up and in pitch as well. Lefty who's been charging out of the batter's box early in the first, shot into left field. I mean, this is the whole conversation that we've had all night, isn't it, Cody? About a lefty, multiple tools. First time up, they put down the running bunt, so you play in a little. Second time up, slap the ball into left field. Third time up, when Hira Kurihara comes up again, I'm not going to know where to play.
Yeah, as we said, bit of indecision makes it hard for the corners. Makes it hard for the pivots, not knowing which way to go, but also the pitcher. You know, usually you see that left-handed sort of slapping archetype. You want to sort of pound down and away, but as you see there, lets it travel, sends it out to left field. Very hard to pitch to.
Now in the batter's box, Indy Munro. A good speed threat is Kurihara over on 1.
Count 0-1. On Munro, the 8-spot hitter. Coach Tully just calling time, having a chat to her hitter, trying to calm her down, simplify the game. After a big hack at the first pitch.
Not a bad location from Georgina Corrick, and asks home plate umpire Jess Morley, you got that one up? Nods ahead, says yes. Another good one from Corrick. She had the rise ball going really well tonight. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Indy Munro. Beals set up on the inside half early and looked like they were really trying to nail that down and in, but just a little bit too far.
Munro 1 for 1. Credited a single on her push bunt last time up, over through second base. 2-2 here with 2 out. Swings through that one. Corrick doing well to keep her off balance.
Kurihara was off too, so Queensland starting to really press the envelope.
Score remains 2-0 after 4. Both pitchers getting into rhythm now. Corrick with 8 strikeouts. Sandycock with 7. Plenty of atmosphere here at Gels Park. Local time 11:04. Plenty of support out there on the centre field fence line. The speaker out there with some of our supporters cheering on their Victorian team. See the Queenslanders down the left field line also chanting. Bit of a supporter battle going on out there, Shane.
Yeah. We might have to get one of those old noise meters that goes around and, how loud are they?
You see him down at the cricket. Make some noise. Yeah. And you try to get everyone to cheer up. I like it. Well, he'd get one out here. We don't have the big screen, though, so he'd be holding it up on an iPhone or an iPad.
Is it some players from the Queensland under-14s team?
It could be. It looks like the girls down the left field line. You've got a better view than I do.
It's a bit late, surely. If I was at home, I'd be asleep in bed.
Do they have games tomorrow? Or are they all done already?
Maybe they're done.
If they're done, great time to come out and support their team.
Mm.
You can see the 5th inning starting here. Sandercock stays out there. Only surrendering 1 hit so far, no walks. Corrick fouling that one off. This is the inning the Victorians really need to get going here. Don't want to leave it too late. Just start to chip away at that lead that Queensland have. Scoring 1 in the first and 1 in the second. Corrick hitting in the 5 spot. Strikeout last time up. 0 for 1. Fouls that one back last time. Struck out on that rise ball. Back in the second inning. Quickly 0-2. Sandercock working ahead nicely. Building good rhythm. That one down and away. Victorian hitters not doing too much to disrupt that timing so far. The 1-2 from Sandercock. As she comes set. Pauses. Sends it over.
Long way up.
Behind third base once again off the batting cage. Not far from behind us here in the commentary booth. We are just behind home plate, slightly offset to the third base side. As you see our fans cheering on the Victorians down behind the centre field fence. Some of the under-18s, under-23s male athletes. Some of the under-16 and 18 female athletes. 1-2 on Corrick. Away.
Good take as well there, because they've worked her pretty much around that outside edge. So you can see that pitch again after something inside and think, I've got to go. But good take.
Sandercock with the same motion every time. Waving the arms. Comes set. Corrick. Big swing of that one. It's going to land foul. Down near the fence on the left field line. Our camera taking a bit of a blink.
Little fade to black and fade back up.
It's getting late out here. The camera's tired as well. Just a long blink.
Just
So when
resting
comes
its
past,
eyes.
Yeah, someone comes past you. What are you sleeping? No. Just resting my eyes. Just a long blink. Not good on road trips. The 2-2 count here on Corrick. Battling away, doing a good job. Leading off the 5th for Victoria. That one sent down to third base. Sent over to first. No issues there for Stone. Routine play for the first out.
Corrick did a good job hanging around long enough to still put some power on the swing. But yeah, right at Dorinda Stone, she's eating that up. No problems. Victoria would have loved a runner on base in front of Sarah Beals, who steps into the batter's box now.
You can see on the replay there, outside pitch, just gets a little bit early on it, out in front, sending it down the third base side. First pitch up on Beals.
Did a good job, lay off, learning from the last at-bat, where there was a couple of rise balls that, even a couple of people, first time through the lineup, going after some of those rise balls, but starting to lay off a few more.
The 1-0 on Beals. Definite power threat. Again, laying off that upstairs pitch. One that Sandercock's had working so far. So some disciplined hitting from Victoria. Slightly different approach than what we've seen in the earlier innings.
2-0 is a good count, especially with the pitcher who's really dealing hard. So give yourself as many opportunities as you can.
Again, 3-0. Stewart coming out, calling time. No sweat there, only a 3-0 count. Sure,
Yeah.
Sandercock has pitched herself into many 3-0 counts over her time. Nothing to worry about. No runners on, no pressure.
I'm pretty sure it's probably the first time since the first inning where she's found herself really far behind in the count. So, admittedly, you never want to take the foot off the gas, but I wouldn't say too much to worry about, just a couple of missed pitches.
So 3-0 on Beals, base is empty. Takes upstairs, a 4-pitch walk for Beals. We'll bring up Casey Smith, the first baseman. Looks like we've got a pinch hit. Caitlin Laird in for Smith.
Had a good game with the stick earlier on the day, Caitlin. Early at bat in the game, I think actually leading off. Hit went off the top of the fence and stayed inside the park. And then another hit later on, drive in some runs. So always handy when you've got a couple of sticks on the bench that you can turn to.
Good camera work there from Ryan. Mark Rigg making the change. Beals staying out there. On first. Outfielders converging, talking through their strategy.
Maybe it's also, what's dinner? Is there anywhere still open after this?
Saturday night. What about the Wheelers?
Yeah. I don't
Could
know
be.
what time the kitchen would
kitchen to be
close.
shut. Kitchen to be shut. 11:12 here local time. The game starting late due to the delay of the previous game with some rain and sun. Caitlin steps in for her first at bat. Takes strike one.
Sandercock getting back in front after what probably the only blip on the radar so far, issuing a 4-pitch walk, but straight back on the horse and in front of the next hitter. Laird doing a good job to lay off. Brings the count level at 1-1.
Finds herself in a good spot to hit here. Lots of intent behind even her takes. Staying on time. Fouls it back. Count now 1-2. Caitlin Laird behind in the count. 15 pitches so far this inning. The most so far an inning for Sandercock here in the 5th. Beals on first. The 1-2. Taken low. Good eyes from Laird. Not far off there. Good pitcher's pitch. It's exactly where Sandercock wants that. Down and away, trying to entice a swing with a bit of count leverage.
She's doing a good job of keeping composure too. Like a few pitches that haven't gone perfectly for her this inning, but breathing, resetting herself, getting set for another one here. Tamura takes the ground ball, feeds it over to Tamika Whitefield. Steady first half, flips it over to one, but not able to get Caitlin Laird up the first baseline. So those scoring along at home, that is 6-4. Write that in the top right-hand corner for how Beals goes out.
Just over that. She wasn't far off at all. A good turn from the shortstop over to Tamika, and she did well to get it off at second base. Laird getting out of the box nicely.
Stepping into the batter's box now, Hannah Scott, who we did say earlier, good long at bat. So she'll be looking to keep discipline, stay on her pitch.
Looks like she sent him really well out of the hand. She checked in just then. You can see Holden warming up down the left field line.
I think that thing that you're talking about with tunnelling, see the pitch come out of the hand and still be moving forward, but know that you can say no at the last second and lay off. And there goes after a pitch that was going to be a strike.
Scott 1-1 here. Sends that one.
Ooh.
Good crack of the bat. Just foul. First base side. Some chat out of the Victorian dugout. Not some of the greatest I've heard. Couldn't be a Smith.
No, they historically always have good chat.
Yeah. Yeah, they do.
So Hannah Scott finds herself in a 1-2 count.
Some well pieced together at bat so far from Scott. Sends that one up to the shortstop who breaks in and gathers for the third out. So a little bit of activity on the bases. Bills reaching via the walk. But no runs. Queensland remain 2-0 after the top of the fifth. Corrick about to begin her fifth inning here. So far, 4 hits, 1 walk, 2 runs, 8 Ks. So after those 2 runs, not initially her fault. They go down as earned runs. However, a bloop shot and a pass ball.
Suzu Tamura put down that bunt first time up. Chases that one a little bit high.
It was a good sacrifice bunt from Tamura. Only a step away from actually another third consecutive safe hit on the bunt. Fouls that one back. Count 1 and 2.
Tell you what, of everybody at this Gilley's Shield, I don't think anybody has more time when a ball is coming to them in the field than Suzu Tamura.
She just looks so smooth.
Yeah, plays the game in slow motion.
Fundamentally smooth. Makes a routine, like it makes a hard play look routine.
Good pitch by Corrick, just gets at top of the zone. Tamura was going along for the ride, but called strike in the end. That'll turn the lineup over for Queensland again. We'll go back to the top. Right fielder, number 22, Nicole Conacher.
0 for 1 with a walk in this one. Strikeout in her last at bat in the second inning. Made a couple of plays in the outfield so far. Sure-handed out there. Fouls the first one back. Swinging it from the left side, the leadoff hitter. Playing a slightly different shift. Second baseman in tight, first baseman back. Sends that one down the left field line. Foul.
It's one of those ones that just sort of starts fading. But if you square it up a little bit more, comes a hard shot in the left field.
The positional changes as the repercussion of the Laird for Smith move. Laird comes in for Smith, who was at first base. She'll end up in left field. The left fielder, Willis, will end up in right field. And the right fielder, Avery, to cover the Smith spot at first base. Swings through that one. A nice pitch there from Corrick. Another strikeout. That's her 10th of the game.
And some good work by Sarah Beals. Changed the pace up. Looked like Conacher had a good set of eyes and was able to keep inside the ball. But yeah, change of pace. Gets the job done in that last one. Again, another Queensland shape to bunt. This time Dorinda Stone. Corner's charging a little bit more.
You can see Schaefer coming down shallow there on that late shape. Corrick doing a great job. Double-digit strikeouts here in the 5th. Nice rise ball. Stone does well to lay off.
Even that, though, good rise ball, but obviously not 100% where she wanted. She still tap the chest and be like, my bad, my bad. Like, I'd love to throw a mistake rise ball like that.
Yeah. Not a bad place to miss one.
Challenges again. Dorinda Stone fouls it off. Building a solid turn here. Everything that's been in and available to go at. Laying off anything that's not there. Didn't like that ball.
Get it out of there.
Threw it in. Even then, a little bit on the inside.
Notice she got the Apple Watch on when she pitches. Didn't notice that earlier in the game. Sends that one just in front of the... Oh, a bit of miscommunication in time for the play. So Liz Avery coming across. Wasn't sure if it was going to be second baseman Kari or first baseman Liz Avery's ball, as you can see here on the replay. First baseman breaking in, seeing the pitcher, and then initially getting over and making the play.
Close, bang, bang. Got it sorted in the end, Victoria. We'll start it off at the 9 spot. Second base, Kari Pritchard.
Nice sack bunt last time up for Kari.
Dorinda Stone actually playing in quite a way, maybe thinking that another one would come. Even sometimes I think you just have that belief in your reactions, and we haven't seen Dorinda Stone be worried by anything that's come her way.
A little bit of a check swing off the glove of the third baseman. Shane Goodall.
I've done it again. There's twice now I've mentioned something and
someone pulled the plug on his
happened.
mic. A check swing down to third baseman. Stone, it just tips off the glove. Looks like there'll be a pinch runner. Hendy in for Pritchard. Coach Mark Reed coming down and making the change. Lineup turns over to Liz Avery.
So, ladies and gentlemen, it seems like someone's forgot to turn off the auto timer for the lights. If the stream is still up and going, we weren't sure if it was a power outage or if it was going to be just the lights. It seems like it's just the lights. So we've had all different sorts of delays today. We've had heat delay, we've had rain delay, we've had sun delay, and now we've got lights delay.
I thought we lost you guys there. We obviously had our mics turned off there when that happened. And I thought that was the end of the stream, but we've actually got power, so it is just the lights. Sometimes these things just, curveballs, man, curveballs.
You would not want a job in event management because you would deal with this stuff all the time. Just have to sort out problems.
Have you ever seen this, Shane?
Nah. Although it does make me think back to, there was a Peter Edinburgh Cup game maybe like 3 or 4 years ago out at Werribee and the sprinklers went on while they were playing.
Oh, my goodness. I remember that.
Oh.
Well, it's a great view here of the scoreboard. It's almost like a little bit of a concert. The people in the outfield, they're turning the lights
like
on and
at
lighting
the
us
concert,
up.
they say, everybody get your phones out and wave them side to side.
We might just need a little head torch for each position player out there. So, looks like we'll try and get the lights back on. Wouldn't that be an event, Shane? Can't get them back on. Resume in the morning.
The interesting thing, you could play into the morning, or you could say, has there been, 4/5 of game time?
No, you can't call the game off. You can't do that, Shane. No way.
Yeah.
If it were to be that they can't get those lights on, I'm assuming it would be a resume in the morning type issue.
Mm-hmm.
You can't call it complete and call it
probably
off.
not.
Surely not. So we're just going to wait in the meantime until we get these lights sorted.
The could be just a little bit of a cost of living expense sort of measure. Waverley just going to get the lights off for a little bit. A big power bill this week.
Waiting for it to tick over into Sunday, so it's on next week's bill.
That's what it is.
I don't know. You got to think of something.
Yeah.
If that's the case, I got 32 minutes to wait. So I don't think that's the idea. Waverley crew doing their best. I can see them running around trying to
find the keys to the light box.
Find a way to get them back on. Obviously, not many games in Melbourne make it out to 11:30 at night, so this is probably a first for the crew out here. As you can see,
turn the Diamond 1 lights on.
Wrong one. They need them on over here, so not too far away from resuming action here. You get a little bit of a look there. You can see Diamond 1 lit up well. The chanting Queensland fans down the third base side. Very vocal. The Victorian fans out at centre field pumping the speaker, cheering their team on as well. Top of the 6th was where we were before the outage. Victoria reaching base with a little check swing single, a little error off the third base's glove.
A couple of comments on the YouTube. Lights delay a new one, and also, where's the potato scallops?
I think we've talked enough about them so far. We've almost.
If you have two Victorians in the commentary box, it is going to be potato cakes, and just like Lee mentioned over here, it's giving Mirrabooka from a few years ago.
Did that happen at Nationals?
I think that we're talking about it over here before.
Oh, so okay.
Not the first time.
It's not the first time. It's the first for us.
Yeah.
I was so surprised when the mic stayed on. I thought it was a full outage, but just the lights. So that would mean the power's still on inside, you reckon? Those fryers working, so I can probably get some potato cakes.
Yeah, I think there's still a few.
I might ask.
You wouldn't stop cooking them even if it is 11 o'clock.
Oh, here we go. We're getting a flicker.
Or a couple of towers, but not all of them yet.
They'll come around to it. You see the boys at centre field playing Sweet Caroline. The lights
flick off one.
Turned off on Diamond 1.
Keep that wide shut.
I don't know if you can pick that up on the camera.
Murray's going to get the focus sorted for us. There we go.
You can hear all the team singing Sweet Caroline. Ba, ba, ba. There we go.
I'm a little bit more Take Me Home Country Road than Sweet Caroline.
Yeah, okay, yep. At least everyone's in good spirits. Obviously, you can only control the controllables. This out of everyone's hands, but doing a good job to stay, you know,
under 23 men's
in good spirits. And I'm sure once they come back on, they'll adjust, refocus, and get to the job at hand. So maybe a little break in play, something that the Victorians needed. Might shift the momentum. Probably a Victorian fan killing the power, trying to start something.
Going to stop this.
I'm sure no one would have done that, but yeah, interesting. Local time, 11:32. Plenty of dancing and spirits going on the Victorian dugout.
Yeah.
Some dance moves from the boys at centre field.
They'll do anything they can for their 5 seconds of attention, won't they?
Plenty of support for both teams out here tonight. Lights are back on. Play will resume.
A couple of rowdy ones, especially at Centrefield as well.
Yes. You can see, great shot of Jade Wall, and then the under-14 girls who have stuck around very late in the night to support their team. So shout out to the under-14 girls, Queensland team.
That'll be one that they'll want to sleep in tomorrow morning after being up this late.
Well, they deserve it. Depending on the result of tonight's game, will determine their wake-up time, I'm sure. If Queensland go on to win this one, then no sleep-ins. They'll be back here for the 11 o'clock game.
Also, with the big speaker at Centrefield, who's in charge of the playlist? Who's picked Boys to Men, End of the Road?
Oh, it gives me Noah McMahon vibes. It does. He's got a very big variation in his playlist. So I believe we resume. I don't know if Avery saw a pitch. You might have to correct me there, Shane, if I'm wrong.
No, I think we were just talking about Brodie Hendy being brought in as a change, as the pinch runner.
So the pinch runner over at first base.
Little Mexican wave going out at Centrefield as well on the fence.
The Waverley wave.
Ah,
you see what I did there, yep. So the 0-0 pitch, none away. Shapes bunt. Can't get it down. Thank you to Mitch Kaplan and Jack Hotado Moana dropping off a care package, looking after the commentators with some of those aforementioned potato cakes. Count 0-1 on Avery. Hendy on first. That pitch sent straight up in the air.
Home run in a silo.
I've never heard that before.
Home run in a silo.
That's awesome. You keep giving me one-liners that I haven't heard, and I'm liking all of them.
Bad luck, Lizzie Avery pops that one up.
You see on the replay inside, skies it straight up, and it's the first baseman who takes charge.
Corner, hate that. Don't want that. I don't want any part of that one. You just wait for somebody else to say mine, and then when nobody else says mine, you go, oh, I guess I have to.
Yep. Indy Munro looked like she had charge of it. Beck shaping bunt with one away. Trying to bunt Handy into scoring position. The sacrifice would mean 2 away, bringing in Willis. Now, it's 6th inning here. They're chasing 2 runs, so an interesting decision to try and shape bunt. Tries again, pops it up. Caught by the third baseman, Stone. So 2 away. Sarah Willis will come to the plate, as you can see here. Schaefer shaping around very late. A little bit firm on the hands there, and the third baseman coming in and taking that one away.
So Sarah Willis in the batter's box.
Sarah Willis.
Hard swing.
Can change the game with 1 swing. Hopefully she can remain calm here and make the moment just a little bit smaller. Obviously they need to keep the line moving. And so you can see some breathing exercises there that she's doing.
Good
try
focus.
And focus in and prepare for the at-bat. Count 0-1. Change up in there for a strike. A nice pitch from Sandercock.
In the break with the lights and talking about some of the turns in the box from the Victorian hitters, probably in the last couple of batters haven't mentioned, Catherine Sandercock has just kept mowing through. Been fantastic in the middle.
7 strikeouts, only 1 hit through her 5 2/3. That one over the shortstop. Tamura doing well to get up, take it away. No damage again for Queensland. The line again for Sandercock so far through 6. 1 hit, 7 Ks, 1 walk, no runs. A real pitcher's duel here at Jells Park, Waverley. A late night one as we approach midnight. Mark Rigg looking to re-enter Pritchard. Hendy's day is done. Score remaining 2-0.
In the batter's box now for Queensland, Tamika Whitefield. Not running through her time, so she'll play her game. Takes the pitch down. Sure, after the last at-bat where a couple of good rise balls were thrown, Tamika will have an eye on something a little bit down on the waist. Chase that one.
Fouls up over the back. Draws the count level at 1-1. Surprise bunt. Lizzie Avery comes in, but the speedy Whitefield makes it safely to 1. Shapes up towards 2, but Sarah Willis was covering the line. So Queensland get another runner through the small ball. See Lizzie Avery coming in. The ball just still got a little bit of spin and just kept heading further and further away. So now Jade Wall in the batter's box. RBI single early in the game. Leaves a pitch upstairs for ball 1. Queensland in front. Might try and also test it with a very speedy Whitefield over at 1. Another just upstairs. 2 balls, no strikes to Jade Wall. Two balls, 1 strike after the swing and a bit of exclamation from Jade Wall about that. Goes hard at a pitch on the inside half, fouls it off, and count is all square at 2s. Another good change up. Tamika Whitefield caught in between. Sarah Beals manages to hold on the throw long enough that after Tamika broke, she could make the throw down to 2. Hannah Scott puts on a good tag. And so almost out of nowhere, Victoria get 2 outs. Could this be just a little bit of momentum that Victoria need before they head into their last chance for romance in the top of the 7th? Before we get there, with 2 out, stepping into the batter's box is the DP, Erin West. Called strike at the bottom of the zone. Coach Tolley is coming over. Maybe 1, take a little bit of pace out of the game. 2, just getting a hitter back on plan. Millie McCurry out at centre field, popping away to the tunes. Erin West takes a look at another one. Change of pace from Georgina Corrick. Nails that one. And Corrick finds herself ahead. No balls, 2 strikes. Rise ball, check swing. What do we get from Chrissy Travers? Yes, she did. So that'll be strike 3. And after 2 strikeouts and a caught stealing over at 2, Victoria take a touch of momentum into the 7th. They'll need to score at least 2 to keep the game alive. Could they be bound for their 2nd tiebreaker? So 12 strikeouts for Corrick. So as we move to the top of the 7th, last chance for romance for Victoria. Kat Lamel will lead it off, one of the leadership group, so no bigger spot for one of your team captain to stand up. And of course, the customary kitty cat chant. First pitch, skied up. Suzu Tamura underneath. Like we said, more time than anyone else out there. Makes the play. That'll be one quick out in the 7th for Victoria.
Corrick will come to the plate here for her third at bat.
It's had a great night with the ball.
Yep. A strikeout and a ground out in her plate appearances. Last one a 7-pitch at bat, though.
Lays off, pitch down and out to start the AB.
As we mentioned, 6 innings of work. Corrick with 12 strikeouts, 4 hits, 1 walk, 2 runs. Those early runs, the difference here. Swings through that one.
I think she doesn't mind that pitch because if she does connect with it, it's going to be the thing that travels.
Good pitch laid off there.
In comparison to Corrick, Sandercock's line for the night is also very tidy. 7 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 hit, no runs into her 7th inning of work. Defense been really good behind her.
1 hit. Oh, did I do it? No, not quite.
Whitefield covers too much ground. Rangers back into the hole. Makes a bloop. Falling behind seemed like a routine little fly ball. So Victoria got 1 out left. Probably the pick of the hitters for the week. Sarah Beale steps into the batter's box. A couple of big moments during the week. Hoping that she can have one more to keep this team's run alive. A little low rise from Sandercock. Beals fouls it off.
Two outs here in the 7th. 0-1 on Beals.
Lays off a pitch upstairs. As the Vingabus tunes start coming from the 23s boys speakers out there. Wonder if we'll get a noise complaint from the local council. Big hack from Sarah Beals. So the Titans down to their last strike. After what's been a mammoth day, we're 10 minutes to midnight. Can Sarah Beals keep the game going through into Sunday? Does Catherine Sandercock end it here? Change up. Called strike 3 by Jess Morley. And that'll be it. So Queensland run out. Victors in this one, 2-0. Great performance in the middle by Catherine Sandercock. Finished the game, 1 hit, 8 strikeouts, 1 walk, and no runs through 7 innings of work.
Queensland moving on to the elimination final tomorrow against New South Wales. Always a great game when those two meet. So that'll be 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. The 2 versus 3 elimination final for a spot in the final against South Australia. That game taking place at 3 p.m. So a real pitcher's duel here. Unfortunately for the Victorians, the Queenslanders taking that one away for them on home soil. So that'll be the end of the campaign for the Victorians. But a great battle.
And also, factor in
Georgina Corrick also had a really good performance in the middle. We've gone through Sandercock's stats. Georgina Corrick's stats: 4 hits, 12 strikeouts, 1 walk for the 2 runs through her 6 innings of work. But yeah, and the all-round package of ball that Queensland played, small ball, a couple hits in there too. Just managed to get the job done tonight.
Thank you all for staying with us.
Through a couple of different sorts of technical difficulties.
All sorts of delays tonight, but we got there in the end. Final time here, 11:51 for the end of that game. A real thriller. Thanks, Shane, for joining us for both games tonight. It's a pleasure to have
Cody. Thank you.
You on with us. Thank you all for joining and sticking around for a great game. We'll catch you tomorrow at 11 o'clock for the semi and the final 3 o'clock. See you there.